Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday afternoon, and here are today's notices. First up, guess what's happening on Monday? Yeah, you guessed. It's trials on Monday. So, I want to talk about a few bits of etiquette, a few things about how to behave in an exam situation. First of all, before every exam, you're going to be asked to line up outside the room in silence. And that means even for year 10, as long as the weather is permitting, that means outside the external door to the exam room. So here I'm in Mr. Hubbard's room, where I believe 9F1 or somebody will be doing their trials. So you will be lining up out here. That means if you've been doing independent study in this room before the exam, you're going to leave the room, line up, and then you're going to come back in. You're going to file into the room in total silence. If you're in Key Stage 3, there is a seating plan for the room. It'll be the same seat for every trial. You'll know where you're going to be. You're going to file in total silence. You do not speak after you walk in that door. You're going to take your seat. You're going to listen to the instructions of the invigilator. And the invigilator is the person supervising the exam. They're going to tell you what to do. They're going to tell you when to start. They're going to tell you when to stop. Make sure you have all the correct equipment. A couple of pens, a couple of pencils. Make sure you've got calculator, protractor, all the things you need for maths. It's really important that those things are there. Secondly, in each room, this poster is going to be displayed, and as we're now going to be approved as an official GCSE exam centre, this is the official poster, and it tells you two things. It tells you mobile phones, iWatches, mobile phones, MP3, MP4 players, none of those things are allowed, nothing web enabled. In a GCSE, you'd actually hand that over to the person at the front. I'm not going to ask you to do that, but I am going to say to you, your phone is not in your pocket. So your phone is going to need to be in your bag, or on the desk at the front, if that's easier. If you've forgotten it in your pocket, just pop it on the teacher's desk. You can take it back after the exam. But you're not allowed your phone in your pocket for an exam. So bags, by the way, whoever's invigilating, whoever's in the room will tell you where they want you to leave your bag. It will either be at the front of the room, at the back of the room, somewhere in the room where there's a bit of space. So phones and bags. And then your invigilator, certainly in the early part of the week, will read out the warning to candidates, which is exactly the same as for your public examinations. You must be on time for all your examinations. You must not become involved in any unfair or dishonest practice in any part of the examination. Now, bearing in mind, we have a seating plan for your rooms, and year 10, you'll be told what seat number you're in when I meet you 10 minutes before the exam. Okay, so you will still be in a seating plan, but it will be a different one for each class. I'll tell you what that is before each trial. If you decide to cast a sneaky look at the paper of the person sat next to you, just remember that we are really quite good at spotting that. It's not something people do often, fortunately, but it has happened in the past and we do pick up on it. And because we have a seating plan, we'll know who was sat next to who. So please, eyes on your own work, don't even think about it. Remember that the primary purpose here is to know what you know and what you don't know. And if you were a little bit deceitful with that, then we're not going to know what you know and what you don't know, unless we catch you, in which case you end up with a really rubbish score and you get in trouble. So please, eyes on your own. It says you must not sit in an examination in the name of another candidate. I don't think that's very likely. And you must not have in your possession any unauthorised material or equipment which might give you an unfair advantage. Some exams you will be allowed some notes. I know my GCSE drama exam I'm allowing some notes. So those will be checked. Please make sure they conform to the instructions you've been given. But yeah, nothing you're not allowed. It says possession of a mobile phone or other unauthorised material is breaking the rules, even if you do not intend to use it. So we've talked about phones. You must not talk to, attempt to communicate with, or disturb other candidates once you have entered the examination room. Now let me be really clear with that. Once you walk in the door of the exam room, you do not speak. That means you sit down, you listen to the instructions, you conduct the exam. And even at the end of the exam, even once time's up and the teacher's taking the papers in, you still do not speak until you are told the exam is over. These are really, really important things for us to practice, because actually if you get this stuff wrong, you get kicked out of all your GCSEs. So we are practicing it from now. If you have a question, if there's an issue, you put your hand up and wait for someone to come to you, and you may have to wait, but somebody will come to you. And there are some questions they may be able to help with, some that they won't. They won't be able to help you with the papers that you're taking, but if, for example, all of your pens have run out, they may be able to lend you a pen, that kind of thing. Although bring enough spare pens that that's not an issue. So that's arrangements for next week. I want you all to work hard this weekend, but not too hard. I want you to be excited and ready for these, but not too stressed. Strike that balance, please. There are those of you who still need to do a lot more work. I'm looking at you, Russell. I'm looking at you, Alexander. You need to be stressed, really stressed. There's some of you who need to be a lot less stressed. Chelsea, you've done loads and you're going to do great. Macy, I know you've been working hard. You're going to be wonderful. Ellie, love it. Great work. Keep smiling. And I'm not even telling you which Ellie I mean. So if you're one of those people who've done the work, allow yourself to relax. And some of you, get a rocket up you and do some work, please. Final thing from me, French trial. I have information that has been slightly confused, but for your French trial in year 10, you are permitted to take 30 words with you on a piece of paper. So 30 French words, that's year 10 French trial. Sorry that the communications said a bit of both. You are allowed 30 words in French for your French trial. So you can prepare those. I think that's it from me. Have a lovely afternoon, a lovely weekend, and I will see you all bright and breezy on Monday. Take care. Bye.